It's interesting. I was on my way home with a work colleague of mine today, and yeah, we're just got into a random conversation about it's funny how two people know each other. How did it come to be? How did this happen? What are the chances? What were the chances of it happening? It's interesting how how life is shaped, how things just come to be like that, or what's around. Could it have worked out any differently? Say like I was with my work colleague. He's 10 years older than me, so we were talking about when we was younger. We were doing lots. Our lives were different. I was in another place somewhere. We were still probably in the same country, but our identifying each other as we do today, would never have existed because it was just different. It was another time. I look at it like you're basically, what are the chances of us meeting somebody? He's come across the idea of, there's a lot of people who believe in fate. Things fall into place. It's meant to happen. This was all mapped out. It was always part of the plan. Or is it? That's what I was asking. I was more or less saying, I feel we all have a role in that in somewhat way, sometimes without realising that. I feel if the chances of me, I'm on a tram, like we were on the way home, blah, 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 all these people on this tram journey home, we would have not been in that situation if we didn't all choose to get on that specific tram. So we gave the opportunity for us, even, like I said, it could be just a few second glances, or there might even be someone we might even engage in conversation with. But the opportunity was created because we all had that role in making it happen. We all boarded that tram at that moment, or at different times during that period of the day. That's all. We all came together in that space. It didn't appear out of nothing. Like basically, I mentioned the idea of people in your vicinity, whoever's in your environment at that particular time, not necessarily the very second, that very moment, but who is around at that time. It might happen sooner, or it might happen later, but at some point, within the next few seconds or minutes or hours, the first part of the day, the afternoon, later on at night, if we're around that environment during that day, we're likely to come across whoever, and you never know who we're going to meet. But I don't look at it like fate. I would say we created that opportunity. We put ourselves in that vicinity for that to happen. We're talking about in terms of jobs, lifestyles, the types of people you're likely to meet in your job or your work career. People, I don't think, just pop out of nowhere. I feel that happened. People made those moves. One door they went past, another door they went past, so they're keeping on in that direction, and then all of a sudden one door shuts. They can't get past that door. They'll either try and spend some time figuring out how to get past that door, or it's the option, is there an alternative? Should I do something else with my time? That career, you're exposed to different people that you're in right now. If all's plain sailing, going well, going forward, you're going to keep going to that job day in, day out. If it doesn't work, you've got the option to make adjustments in your life. If that particular job doesn't work out for you, then there is a chance you're going to make a change. But obviously, chance doesn't follow you. I feel you make those moves and you put yourself in one vicinity to another vicinity, then you've opened up another door of opportunity somewhere else. Wherever we step, every single moment, Yeah, it's interesting. It's not baffling. It's mind blowing. Every single step we take, we enter another vicinity, one place at a time, and the chances of being exposed to something increase when we're in that space at that very moment, wherever we walk. Like, yeah, so a very bland idea. If I'm in a supermarket, there's food down the aisle, the opportunity for me to be exposed to food, it's right there. It's increased massively. Yet the idea of me going on a plane is, it's not going to happen. I'm nowhere near an airport because it's not in my vicinity. So how am I going to get on a plane if I'm not in an airport? It's not in my vicinity. However, if I was at the airport, I made those moves to get to the airport, and I've got my ticket, I've got my passport, go through customs, go through baggage, control, checking in, get a ticket sorted out, or if you've got an online ticket on your phone, you get the point. The opportunity is increased for me where I will. The likely action going forward after I've gone through the whole process of getting my baggage and everything else sorted out, I'm going to get on that plane because I'm not miles and miles and miles away. It's in my vicinity that I'm going to get on that plane. So it's kind of an umbrella effect. Wherever we are in the world, I'm in England, so the largest opportunity I'm potentially have the chance to meet anybody who walks past me, or have the opportunity to be exposed to whatever is around me at that given time. Not in another country, because I'm not in another country. Obviously, you can hear about it on the news, but actually being there, there's no opportunity for it to happen. So it's not, I don't believe it's fate. It's like, if you're in that vicinity to experience something, you've got a greater opportunity of it happening. I'm in Croatia. I'm likely to meet people who's in Croatia. If I'm in Mexico, wherever, Brazil, Canada, United States of America, Finland, Poland, Saudi Arabia, Iraq, Lebanon, just throwing random countries, Italy, just throwing random countries out, Malaysia, Taiwan, Philippines, blah, blah, you get the point. Whoever is around that vicinity, or whoever is in that environment at the time, you have an increased opportunity to meet whoever is around at that particular time, at that particular moment, because you're placed there. So it goes back to when we were sat on the tram this afternoon. I was talking to a work colleague. We met, even though we had different paths long ago. The last 5 years, when I made a change to pursue a different direction in my life, and I was exposed to the type of work role I am, it increased my chances of meeting this particular work colleague I was working with, because he was there in that vicinity. The place of where the workplace is, then inside the workplace, and then meeting the people. That's how it came to be. It's interesting. Fate, it's a word. It's interesting how things come to be. Things do fall into place, but I feel if you're there, you've got every chance to experience anything possible.